Welcome to Point Fighter Live, the power breaking show. Co-host Larry Fields. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing great. I'm doing great.
Awesome. Bang bang. And then of course we have the great Ken Goodrich joining us today. How you doing today, sir? Everything good?
Oh, I'm doing great. Happy to be here. Happy to talk some breaking with you today.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm in Miami, Larry's in Texas, and you're up there in Massachusetts, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, awesome. It's a nationwide show today. So thanks for joining us, man. Yeah, I just saw Larry. We just competed last weekend at the Dragon Challenge. Donald Kaiser's event, and man, it was such a good event. Ken was there. He won the power arm concrete, of course. Right, I would say he's the goat of lightweight. Right, I would say he's one of the goats of lightweight, especially with that power arm. Right, he has how many titles you got now, Ken?
Seven out of the last eight, six in a row.
Wow, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, for sure. And it just looks like when you're up there, that's it. It's done. Like that's how I see it. Like the way you're, your aura around you. Like it's just like, and just from experience seeing you, I'm like, this is done. It's his. Like that's it. That's just it's gotten to that point where it's automatic almost, right? And
Uh,
and that's crazy, but it's not right. It's not automatic, right? But because nothing ever is with breaking, because you never know what it's in front of you, right? But you make it look that way, it sometimes. So that's incredible, right?
Well, you look at said 6 out of 8 in the last 8 years.
Seven out of eight, but it's okay.
That's amazing. A long time, and I mean to have on the show the lightweight ISK world champion and the heavyweight is pretty cool.
Yes,
And one of the
sir.
comers. I mean that's just phenomenal. But you talk about competition in the past with the lightweight division. You know, I did the lightweight division a couple of times, and the heavyweight division for me was a lot more. There was a lot more competition in the heavyweight than in the lightweight. And then I seen you coming, and I was like, oh my goodness, there were so many good ones like Rafi and Ken Yates, and there's so many that have come before you, but you've set the standard with it with your elbow, and it's dynamic to watch you break.
I appreciate that, sir. I mean, to me, one of the keys, I've been dealing with a lot of injuries. So each year you got to really come back and stay focused and stay hungry. One of the keys for me is really visualization and going over it, literally probably millions of times in my mind, seeing myself do it. And then when I show up, I just feel like I've already been there. And as long as I'm healthy and I can do it, I feel pretty confident. And, technique wise too, as I get a little older, I'm 50 this year, really try to dial my technique in and, definitely having some wins behind your back gives you some more confidence going into the tournament. So, I feel really good right now. I'm amped up to go for number 8 this year, and I'm going to train hard the next 5 months. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's the thing that people don't realize. They just say, "Oh, work out in the dojo," but you have to have a program for yourself. Like last night, I have a designed workout for my younger kids with breaking and with regular karate. But we were focused last night. It was a breaking class, so we were doing breaking. But my kids were saying last we did the same workout last week. They're saying, "Shihan, this is really hard. This is really hard." So I thought, well, I'll get in there and do it with them. Oh my gosh, I'm so sore. Those little kids, man, they don't realize, when you're 56, 50 years old, that how hard it is when you've already did your workout. Now you're going to do their workout with them. And my ego got a little big last night, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna work out hard with them. And it was a second workout for me for breaking, and I was like, oh my gosh, you guys are killing me. But it's
Yeah.
amazing
Hey, man.
can
Go ahead.
push
Go.
better.
Yes. Yes. Hey, and man, I didn't realize that when you said it, Larry. Like, wow, we got both. You guys won. You guys are the world champions from last year, right? So that's pretty cool to have the lightweight and heavyweight champion on here for sure. That's another thing. That's cool. That's amazing. And man, that's it. Like the U.S. Open, that's it. We're gearing up, like you said, Kent. 5 months from now, right? That's it. It's 5 months from now. So wow. So it's like right now. It's kind of like that time that you really want to start really getting. Of course, you should be. Everybody should have been training already hard all year. There's for me. I think there's really not that much of an off season when it comes to this, right? But But like now is really where that's it. The tournaments are coming up, right? Where you get the invites and stuff like that, and like that's it. It's a championship season, kind of in a way, right?
Well, there's the ISK North American Championship coming up, and luckily this year they kind of changed one of the rules back that they haven't been doing a few years in a row, which is the winner of each division, heavyweight and lightweight, for 3D, for sidekick, for concrete arm, all get a automatic seeding again to the world stage. So they'll be able to actually qualify. So it's a big event. They give out nice belts, and it's a prestigious event. So that's coming up. That's going to be where is that? That's going to
June,
be
right? June 6th.
June. Yep, June 6th in Wallingford, Connecticut, and it's going to be a really fun event. And they're doing an awards banquet, and that'll really be a nice way to get geared up and training for the World Championships another month away.
Yeah, man, that's really cool. I like that they're doing that too, because that's it. You win that one, and you're on there, right? You're on there and on the stage, right? Automatically, right? So that's good. That's good. And then there's also other events that I like how they have it, right, Larry? Like I think you explained it last week, where there's there's like 2 or 3 different types, right? Like there's the one that gets you in June 6th automatically if you win, and then there's like ISK events that if you win you get invited, right? And then there's just ISK events that are just considerations, maybe, right? Is that how it works?
Yeah, like it was explained to me, there's 3 different ways of doing it, and 3 levels. So the one is if it's an ISK partnered event, you'll get your name in the hat. That doesn't necessarily mean that you'll get to compete, but that you'll get your name in the hat to get to try at least. So on Thursday, the way I understand it, Thursday everybody will compete against each other to be on the stage on Friday night or Friday, whenever it is.
Yeah.
So and there's partner events, and then there's qualifier events. And the qualifier event puts you're in for the Thursday's competition to be on Friday. But if you can go to a seated event like they're having, then you get for sure you get to be in.
Yeah, yeah, man, that's exciting, and it's cool that they're adjusting it this way. I guess because there's more people that want to win titles too, right? More, so there's more opportunities, more ways. So I like that they did that as well. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to competing in a lot of them, in a lot of them this year.
Well, the other factor by having more events, it's going to train them to be better, have better productivity when we break, because it's really hard to compete. When you compete like once a month or twice a month, that makes you a better competitor when we have this big scale for a world championship. And I mean, like Ken and I, we both are already seeded. We're number 1 seed, so we get to go last because we here. But there's people coming up. And the way the show was last year, it's gonna be some good competition. One question I want to ask, Ken, who is lightweight that kind of makes you go, oh, I got to train harder for this guy or for that guy?
That's a funny question, because every day, every tournament, each year, it's kind of somebody different that wants to step up and gets really hungry. There's some really good, people in each division. Mike Thomas is a very good competitor. We have several, Ken Yates, like you had mentioned before, he's always coming back and really doing a good job. Josh Stokes is right there. I'd say probably Josh is my number 1 right now. He's hungry. He wants the title. To me, I grew up watching you on TV. You were my inspiration, Drew Serrano, watching ISK back in the day, thinking, man, like that's just awesome. And I love watching it, but never really kind of thought of myself as being up on stage. And I remember the first year in 2015 when I was up there, I was standing next to Drew Serrano and just kind of looking out at the bright lights and saying, I felt like I made it already just because I was on the stage and I was just so happy. Then a lot of hard work and, a couple of tough losses and hard training kind of got me back. And definitely going last is a huge advantage because you know exactly the numbers you got to put up. But each year there's been somebody standing behind me on stage that was in first place, which is kind of neat. As you're on TV, they put you up in the front, and then whoever's in front or in first right then stands on stage, kind of waiting for you. And every year has been somebody different. So I don't know who's going to step up this year. I know that they're going to have a tough challenge in front of them, but definitely welcome it. And I think that's great for anybody because that's what you want to shoot for, right? You want to go for that world championship, and you want to be like the best. And Larry and I have been really, to me, more lucky than him probably because he's been doing this a long time. I think he's got 56, 57 world championships. But it was really an honor for me to compete on stage and then share several world championships and, really kind of motivate each other. And we've grown really close the last couple of years. He's been texting me every day, and we communicate on events and training and just trying to get better. And, it's been a great experience. And, like I said, it's anybody's year, but, I think it might be my year again. Hopefully I'm going to keep training and put my head down and do my best. That's all you can do.
Yeah, man.
That we have, I know you have guys from your dojo or from your system that are really good and up and comers.
Mm-hmm.
Guy that won the Pan Ams, the lightweight, he ended up winning the whole thing for the Pan Ams.
Jaden Torres, one of the things that I'm really finding happiness in and, really a lot of motivation is that, Jaden started me when he was 5 in my after school program and training. He trained with me all the way until he was 14, took a couple of years off for high school, and then felt like he kind of had some unfinished business, came back, just been training really, really hard, loves the concrete elbow. He's dynamic. He's young. He's 20 years old. He's built like a truck. And he's got a ton of motivation. So, yeah, he's been doing really well. Another competitor I have, Connor Cognac, started me when he was 3. He's been just dominating on stage. And, he won his first championship last year. So I've had, I've been fortunate to have actually 14 world championships for members of my team right now. And it's great when you see them competing and growing and, from a little kid and now they're trying to beat you. And, one of my main motivations is just trying to keep up with them and show them that, I'm still here and I'm still relevant, but it's getting a lot tougher, especially with, Jaden and other competitors like him coming up.
Well, it's amazing because Tate, the one against this year, he's been with me since he was 4 years old. He came to the track program, and it's so cool to see them go from being little bitty kids to being adults and doing well. We designed a whole creative routine for Tate to beat me. And it's amazing when they do that. One young man that I don't know if you remember him or not, but Justin Frank won his way up on stage to compete against me, and it was amazing because he got second place and he had to go first in breaking, and I got to go last, and I only beat him by a couple of points. But to have a student be that close, it's like you said, it makes you work harder to be a better martial artist. They really push them. I think that's the part about having a good dojo and a good backing of students that makes it easier for you to compete at that level.
And I feel like too, when my students do well, and if they beat me, it's still a win for me because they're my student. I've trained them, so it's a big family affair. And I'll be just as happy if Jaden takes it instead of me because, like I said, he's been working hard at it. But I'm not going to make it easy for him.
We shouldn't. I push.
Yeah, man. No, yeah, it's funny how when you were Ken, you were explaining like when you were first coming up and you were on stage and being up there for the first time, and like that's kind of like how I am last year, right? And then but the progression, right, for you where you're now there on stage, waiting to go at the end. That's pretty cool. And then also with your students, right, that are coming up, like you could you kind of guide you. Do you help them also? Like, let's say, because Jaden was on stage last year, right? And then and Connor. So like so they have you to kind of like prepare them with the mindset of, oh, this is how it's going to be, kind of in a way, right? And prepare them in a way. So as an instructor, that's pretty cool to have as well, right? With them, they have you. They're lucky to have you as well, and you're lucky to have them. It works both ways, but that's pretty cool. That whole part of like where you were at before and where you're at now, right? That's pretty cool from back then, from good coming up.
So,
Well, go ahead, sir.
no, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just say it's a great experience because all you want is for people to be their best and to see them have so much passion for what they're doing. All I want to do is take every single skill that I've learned, which has taken a long time. I mean, every year you're up on stage, you make a mistake, you watch somebody else do something right, and it takes a long time to really amass all of the knowledge and the skills. And I take everything that I have and I pour it into them. All of the little, kind of, I guess you say, tricks of the trade, and the ability to put your mind in the right spot, and and overcome adversity, those types of things. So it's been great, and like I said, I hope they win. They're the next generation. We got to kind of take a step back at some point, and my goal again is to stay as long as I can, but once I'm kind of on the down slope of that, to really have all the my other competitors on the upslope and kind of stay up on top.
Yeah, you and Larry have said the same thing, that you want your students, right, to even beat you as well. That you'll be even happy. That would be great, right? I've heard that from both of you now. That's cool.
Yeah, it's amazing, and we talk about on the down slope, but you look at Master Bergamo, he's like over 70 and still competing and still putting down big numbers.
Yeah.
Oh, we lost him there a little bit. It looks like somebody's giving him a call. He's on his phone, but he'll be right back.
I can follow up on that, though, as far as Grandmaster Bergamo goes, because, if you look at anybody, that you could look to as an example of, what teaching martial arts and training in martial arts and practicing every day and having a goal to really look forward to. I mean, he was on stage when we were, I think, 2 years ago, and he hit 11. And I had to hit 12 in order to win. And, we were down on, we had carpet at that time. It was a big number. And, he makes it look effortless, like you're talking about, maybe I do. When he does it, he's got his ki built up. I'm just kind of further explaining, sir, about Grandmaster Bergamo and, his longevity. And, it really speaks to good training, healthy training, good food, a great diet. And really attention to detail. And he's an inspiration. He's the man. I haven't met anybody like him. I don't know if there is anybody else like him, because he's just so much, kind of above where anybody else would normally be, where he is now. And he's been setting an example his whole life as far as breaking goes. So yeah, it's amazing. He's an inspiration, and he's a great person to look up to and follow to get better.
Yeah,
sure. You and I are the next generation for that. That's why I put in that 65 plus division, because there's a lot of guys out there that are over 60, 65. I mean, you look at Mike Reeves, you look at Bill Lennox, met Lennox's dad. There's a bunch of those older guys out there that have great breaking ability, but they don't want to compete against 18-year-olds. They want to compete against guys closer to their own age. So that's the reason why that division has been put in. And I think it's going to end up being an explosive division. If Elton Trowler was still with us, he was one of the best conditioned breakers. I mean, my student, Wayne Hinkle, held the brick like this for him, and he put his fingers through it. And I asked Wayne, I said, was there any trick to that? What did he do? And he goes, he just took his fingers and put them through those bricks. So it's amazing to see these older guys. I mean, my hat goes off to them. They're amazing. They make me feel so good to be in that lineage with them, and have that history, Master Bergamo breaking coconuts, that's amazing, and he still can pop a coconut. I've never seen anybody take a coconut in their hand and pop it. I've tried it. It has hurt my hand.
Wow. That's incredible. And like what you're saying with 65 and up, like for me, I would love to, I want to see, like, so, because, I'm new into this sport pretty much, right? But I've heard of all these names, like a Mike Reeves. Imagine seeing like Mike Reeves come out and compete again too, because he was one of the original guys too in the U.S. Open too, right? And he's great. He still hits his Macarour. I think he told me in November he hit his Macarour 1 million times. Right, so he's still training, right? So it'll be cool to see guys like that, just it'll be great. Like I hope that people jump in there. Some of these greats that are 65 up and go in there for that'll be awesome for sure. Hey, so real quick, going back to last week and the Dragon Challenge, I just want to give a shout out to Kaiser. It was a
Mm,
great event, man. I gotta say, for me, it was one of my favorite events, and I've had some great events like that I've been to lately, but overall, just everything. It was such a feel good event. They had food there. The weather was amazing outside, and the sun was hitting us. The
mm,
competition was great. There was some great. There was world champions there. A lot of I think most of the people that were there have been on stage at least for the U.S. Open, except for like maybe two people, right? Maybe,
mm.
right. So it was great, and everybody was friendly and nice. A lot of competition, and like I loved it, man. I really loved that event. Like I loved it. It was USBA as well, and man, it was awesome. It was great. I just gotta say, it was awesome.
Well, I can tell you, anytime that I go down to an event in Florida that's hosted by either Mike Reyes, Nick Zambri, or Donald Kaiser, they put on an amazing event. It's I don't want to say it's laid back because the competition is really intense, but they make you feel welcome. They make you feel like you're part of the family. It's a feel good event. All of the proceeds went to St. Baldrick's Federation or Association, which fights childhood cancer. Donald shaves his head each year for that. Having the barbecue there and some food was great for me. There's 2 feet of snow here, and it's been hasn't been above freezing for 3 weeks in a row. So to get down there and get a little bit of tan was great. The camaraderie was awesome. There was some new events. Donald's been really good about kind of trying to bring some new different looks to a few of the events. So we had a horizontal wood elbow, which he actually kind of started with, and then I brought up to my tournament, and it was a big success. We had a horizontal concrete elbow, which was a lot of fun. He did both horizontal kicks and wood and concrete. So it was a really good time, a lot of variety. Chris LaSala brought a really nice crew, and just a shout out to him because he's got such a wonderful faith-based family that he brings with him. Everybody is really, supportive of each other, clapping, cheering for each other. And, I had to take a minute out and just talk to him about that because it was really a big inspiration for me and really nice to see, somebody that, believes and shows that belief to their students and really gets them to take it in. So that was great. And Donald puts on an amazing event. One of the things you got to understand too is he takes care of all the materials for the logistics of all of these ISKA, USBA events in Florida. He goes, he picks up all the material. And I mean, you're talking hundreds and hundreds of blocks, loads them onto a truck, brings them back and forth. So that just kind of shows you the type of person he is, very dedicated, humble to the sport, and really tries to give back to the competitors. And, him and Nick Zambri have been a huge inspiration to me. So it's a great time. Anytime I've gone down there, I've had an awesome experience. So, shout out to him. And it was nice to see you there. And you guys did amazing, man. I mean, between, you and what's his name? I'm sorry.
Yeah, Alexander.
Yeah, Carlos, man. Holy cow. The face paint and the fun and they're really getting into it. Is another style that really kind of brings a separate element to the sport and brings a little bit of excitement, especially when we get up on stage. I mean, you were on stage for the first time last year and, you crushed it. You crushed it this weekend. Alexander Carlos, I mean, he had some really good hits too. So it's really cool to see, those breakers that have been around a while, but it's really even cooler to see people that are excited like you are, training hard as you guys are. I mean, you've been on fire lately in the last year or so, maybe more, just with your, your overall attitude with breaking and your enthusiasm and just really wanting to get better. And it shows because you guys crushed it too. So to me, that's what I really like to see. And, there's some really good young competitors that were there and did a nice job. And, you can see the next generation coming up. So, yeah, great event, great barbecue, great people, great competition.
Yeah, man, it was awesome. No, and there were some women there too as well. Tarsha and
Mm-hmm.
man, what's the other girl's name? I can't believe I forgot her name, but she's really cool. Some great juniors, some kids, and yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Alexander Carlos, he got 13 boards with the elbow. Like that's improvement too, and he's getting better. And you know what he loves about breaking? He loves he's like, man, this is the first time that I feel like, I could be myself and it's cool and people are accepting of me. And he loves the breaking world. He's like, I really want to be more around them, like, because he's always been, he's always been like, we've always been different, and him especially too, like he's always been an oddball, and he feels really welcomed by the community. And that's one cool thing. I go, yeah, man, the breaking world, I've been in sport karate all my life, and forms and weapons, they're great, right? But man, I feel like the community of breaking is like nothing else, like for me. And I always explain that to him, and he's like, I understand what you see now. You know what I'm saying? And I have friends
Mm-hmm.
worldwide in sport karate, point fighting. They're people that are considered brothers, but like the overall consensus, right? Everybody, like I feel like almost everybody pretty much in the community, like 98% is cool. You know what I'm saying? So that's awesome.
People don't realize, what you're talking about is the camaraderie between the breakers. We'll jump up on stage and help somebody. We'll help carry bricks for somebody. If somebody's new and we know they're new, I've seen Ken do this. He'd jump up there and help them, try to coach them, try to help them. Now, for us to help somebody that is competing against us is phenomenal, because it's
Mm-hmm.
not us competing against each other. We're also competing against the materials. And I think that makes the difference, to where we have more camaraderie between ourselves. Because, I mean, we'll all be out there in the dumpster throwing bricks in the dumpster and joking and kidding around with each other, you know? And that's something that I had to stick up for Ken this year. Is I heard some people, and I'm not going to say who they are, but I heard some people making fun of Ken because he's riding around in a little cart, on a cart, all over the tournament. And I go, what are y'all talking about? That's probably the smartest thing I've seen anybody ever do. I think I'm going to rent me a cart next year, because so very, very I put this app on my phone that says how many steps I put.
Mm-hmm.
I literally did over 25,000 steps last year, helping and just helping. In the year before that, it was over 50,000 steps. That's unheard of, and it's not like you can walk and just be in a ballroom. You got to walk all the way across and then all the way back. I thought to myself, y'all gonna make fun of him about that? Y'all don't need to, because that's smart. That's what we all need to be doing.
It's true, man. Who would make fun of it? When I saw you like that, that didn't cross my mind at all. I was just like, I thought about like Ric Flair, woo, styling, profiling, like in the car, right? Driving the golf cart there. Like, I want one. I want one.
Mm-hmm.
That's freaking awesome. That's cool for real.
Maybe next
Well,
year all of us can go in and get a better deal, a package deal on 3 of them.
Well, one of the things is just conserving your energy because, like I said, you're there, you're setting up, you're moving block, and that takes a toll on you, especially when you're about to compete. And the other thing too about the scooters, you can carry your stuff back and forth. And I always do one that kind of promotes something. So I had an autism awareness scooter, I had the breast cancer awareness scooter, so that adds a little bit of element to it. But yeah, I mean, we had a couple of scooter races. A few people jumped on one, and you definitely get some looks, but they're mostly looks of I want one, and not hey, what's he doing?
Yeah,
So
man, I want one, man. I want one. I want one for real this year. Because I also run back and forth to the sport karate site because I'm filming and stuff over there and got people over there. So that's smart, man. Work smart, right? That's work smart. Sometimes
I
it's
give
good.
I give a shout out to Buena Vista Scooters because that's where I get it from
Oh,
every
that's
year.
where you get it, Buena Vista
Yeah,
scooters. Yeah,
yeah.
cool. I'm gonna look them up for sure.
People don't realize how big a toll it is on your body being
Mm-hmm.
there, and helping with bricks, and then competing. And it's really, if you look at it, I've been beat, not last year, but in the past, I've been beat like 4 years in a row. And one year I won, but they made a mistake on the point. But the Ultimate Breaking Championship, for the last, like, since Justin, not his first year, but the years after, Justin won, and he beat me by very, very small margin, 2, 3, 4 points, and I'm back there helping and doing everything, and helping everybody, and I missed it by 2 or 3 points. I told Master Bergmo, I said, look, I know you guys are making money on this, but I know you're not making a great amount of money. But we need to hire a crew and have them come in and do a bunch of this and give us a break. And you know what Master Bergmo's response was? we're martial artists. We need to be stronger. I was like, yeah, but
Hey, maybe that's helped you, right? Maybe it's helped you at the end of the day, right? Yeah, you never know, right? So that's cool.
miss it by that few of points. Then you start looking at, well, I'm not getting any younger. I want to win it, so I'm going to do whatever I can do. So Ken's scooter idea is a great idea.
Yeah,
Well, it also
yeah.
matters too
Chris
when you
Brooks is
sign
on. He
up.
said,
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
no, no. I'm just reading a comment. I go to the parks days before competition, 25,000 steps a day, 3 or 4 days before the tournament. Oof. Yeah, we all walk a lot at the U.S. Open. Just getting to the
Mm.
hotel, just getting to the room and back, it's like 10 minutes, and it's hot too. So yeah, yeah,
Maybe we can have a parade this year.
Mhm.
yeah. That'll be with the scooters. Yeah.
We all get three different scooters that are awareness, so that would be good.
Mm.
Yes, yes. Hey, so man, so we're already like 30 minutes into the show. There's so much that I want to talk about still too. But yeah, so we got some upcoming tournaments this weekend. You got one Larry, right? You got and then in 2 weeks, February 28 as well. So there's in Texas, and I know that Joe Green is coming right to one of them, right from Alaska.
I am so excited that he held for me last year. He held for me, and when I broke, he picked his head up, and the shrapnel hit him in the face, and I felt so bad. I didn't think I'd ever see him again, but he came back, and now he's coming to my tournament. It's just, and I mean he's coming all the way from Alaska to one of our smaller events, but he's still coming, and it makes me feel so good that I've got some good competitors in Texas that are here, in years, out years, but they're here. It makes me feel good that somebody from out of state is
Yeah,
coming, like you did for Texas when we had the Texas event
yeah,
for
man.
the A state. For you to come in and win it and win the money, I know you're pretty humble, but you and there was some tough competition there from the
Yeah,
lightweights and the heavyweights that you were able to overcome, and to see you go through 12 bricks. It was 12 bricks and then it was 12 boards. What, isn't
yeah,
that right?
yeah. 12 and 12. Yeah, yeah. 12 and 12.
So one new guys that was, and his name's D. Chambers. He's a junior, but David Chambers Jr. And he hit 11. He blew through 11. But those guys, he's like one of the best point fighters I've ever. And but for him to come into breaking, that's where they'll come into it. Everybody knows who Regina Thompson is, and Thump Thump. Both of them came into my dojos and did a fighting seminar, and both of them broke, and they did well. So to see that crossover from point fighting into breaking is really, it makes my heart feel good to see that happen.
Yeah, for sure. No, and Texas is awesome. Like, there's some great breakers. I'll be there April 4th for the Elite Breakers Championship. That's an ISK event as well. So I'm looking forward to coming back there for sure. And then you got another event February 28th. Then man, March 21st. Right, there's gonna be an awesome one. I got to pull up. I got the schedule right here from the United Breaking Alliance, which you did a great job with. Been doing a great job with Ken. And then you got you know it's going to be an awesome event, March 21st, man. Let's talk a little bit about that. There's so many things going on, right, at that event.
Well, this year's been a big push, with some of the main players in the breaking world, especially, Larry and, several others. We're trying to get together and really put together a cohesive schedule of events for the year. So focus less on competition between organizations and more about camaraderie and coordination so that we can support each other's events and really know what's going on out there because, there's the IBF, there's ISKA, there's Elite Breakers, which Larry's doing a great job with. There's ABCTF, there's USBA, WBA. So now we have kind of one place where people can kind of come together and see what's happening each month. The main goal was to put a calendar together. And, one of the big events we have coming up is the Bay State Unification Breaking Challenge. And again, that kind of goes to promote the different organizations. We have IBF coming in, USBA, and we have ABCTF. And one of the great events that we have this year under IBF is going to be the first time ever this has happened. Because usually, if you go for a world record, somebody's already set one. You pay a sanction fee, whatever it may be, and then you go for the record. If you've going for a record that's just being established, no matter what you hit, you get the record. So for the first time ever, we're actually doing a competition where the winner takes all and establishes the world record. So we're doing this year a concrete elbow event, horizontal. So that's the first time that that's been done in a competition. And, basically we set it up. If there happens to be a tie, one of kind of the cool end results of this is going to be they have to break with the opposite arm. And kind of determine a winner that way. So that'll be a lot of fun. There's a men's and women's division. You've been generous, Point Fighter Live, to donate a $200 cash prize to each division. They'll get a championship belt for the world record as well. We have a big adaptive division, which is another part of the unification kind of event that we're doing, where we bring a lot of people with different abilities in and let them compete. I would say about a third of my students are in the adaptive division, and they really thrive and do well. And it's nice because, you talk about the culture of the breaking community and the camaraderie and the family aspect of it. I think that really shines there because there's not always a place where, special needs athletes can thrive. I mean, the Special Olympics is great. We're actually doing a polar plunge coming up for that, but that type of camaraderie and giving them a place where they feel comfortable and they can thrive and do really well. We can kind of put a spotlight on them is great. And then we have just competitors coming in from all over. I mean, Sifu Keith Fanning's coming in from Ireland. We have several competitors coming down from Canada. Alex is coming up with a couple competitors there. We have just people coming from all over, and it's going to be a great event because it's bringing everybody together. I'm really excited about it. Free spaghetti dinner for everybody. And again, to follow along kind of in lines with one of the reasons I really like Donald's events is all of my event proceeds are going to charity, local soup kitchen, Lorraine Soup Kitchen and Pantry. So each year we do a different event. Last year we were able to raise over $7,000 for Alzheimer's. And that was just amazing. And, it just really makes you feel good to bring everybody together and to be on the same page and on the same team. And it's going to be a great event. I'm looking forward to it and seeing everybody there, and really looking forward to the new event coming up. I think that's going to be exciting. And there's a rumor that I may be going upside down for a new world record myself. We'll kind of leave that a little bit to mystery, but I think you'll see something fun. There's going to be some other IBF records done as well on stage.
Yeah, man. I'm looking forward to this one for real. I already got all my stuff set. I think I paid the registration. I got my hotel, flight, car. I'm looking forward to this event. And I'm gonna come up, like you said. I think Alexander Carlos is gonna come up, and for sure the guy that's been training with me, Marlon, which he was an Elton Trower student for years. He's been teaching me a lot. He's planning on coming up too as well. So we're looking forward to that event. It's gonna be awesome. And that horizontal elbow, man, that's cool. That's cool. I saw you doing it this past weekend and kind of like seeing how it goes. And it's cool, man. It's cool. It's a cool division. That's a cool division. That's going to be a lot of fun. I was there last year, and man, it was awesome. Like, it was a great feel good event with the food and all that. And awesome. It's just a great event. So I'm looking forward to that one. And then, let's see, we got a few more events that I just want to talk about a little bit. April 4, the Elite Breaking Championships. That's an Ice K event, right? That if you win there, you get an invite for Thursday, right? At the U.S. Open, right?
Yes, it is. It's going to be a good event. We've got people like you coming in. I've got a bunch of people from Oklahoma and Mississippi coming. It's going to be a good event. I'm excited about it. We've been really pushing it. We usually have a huge turnout for that event. As a matter of fact, it was the biggest breaking event in Texas 4 years ago. No, 5 years ago. Maybe 6 years ago. We had 73 breakers come in and break, and it was a big event. It was mostly kids.
Wow.
I think there were like 40 kids, 42 kids, but it was a big event for us. And that event has just pushed all of these other ones in Texas. I mean, we have a ton of tournaments in Texas, and we have a lot of good competition that is coming. from the younger crowd. And I know Ken, I know you've been working really hard with handy capable people, and I may not be saying it politically correct, but handy capable people. And I have recently obtained a few handy capable people also, and they're breaking, and it's really cool to see them. Their faces
Yeah.
just light, because they don't think they can do much, and then they do something like that, and they're just so excited, and then that excitement bleeds over to everybody else.
Man, it's so true. You know, Alexander Carlos, that's what he does. He's a special needs fitness guru, right? And that's his business. That's he teaches special needs individuals like from group homes. He signs them out. People that are living like their parents live in other states and they send them there because they're non-functioning. So he goes and picks them up, signs them out. They take pictures of them in and out. And then he's incorporated breaking in his curriculum. Like he says it's really good for the neuro. I forgot the words he uses, but for neural fitness. It has so many benefits that breaking has for for special needs individuals, and it's great to see that include that they're being inclusive into events with because it's awesome and like they're really good at it too. You know what I'm saying? So it's awesome to see. April 4th, real quick on the events. April 11th, ABCTF black belt testing and tournament. I'll be there as well. The Knuckle Up Championships was in Florida as well as another one. April 25th in I think it's in North Carolina, right? That I went there last year that they had that sidekick challenge. And then Larry's been working a lot and myself on working on the West Coast. Last year there was the Las Vegas Championships as well. I know that Larry's making some connections over there with the Las Vegas area. And I have an event in California that I'll be coordinating as well in Los Angeles. So it's cool how it's starting to spread out everywhere, all over the country as well, right?
Yeah, Vegas is going to be huge, and we have a whole tournament circuit that we're getting involved with in Vegas. They're in Vegas, Utah, Colorado,
Wow.
and they are really hungry for breaking. And when I started the Oklahoma stuff, those guys, I mean, I had one of the biggest tournaments we've ever ran, and they they didn't realize how many competitors there had. The first year they had 96 competitors. Then the next year they had 123. So I'm trying to build upon that and make them even bigger. So it's exciting to see it growing in different areas.
Yeah, man. No, for sure. It's awesome. It's see, all over the country, and then you got Jonathan Field up in Canada. Now we just got to kind of go down more a little bit higher in the middle, like that Michigan area, right? Chicago area, Illinois, like that, and it'll be breaking pretty much everywhere and go all over the world, right? So that's I love how it's growing. I just love how it's growing. And then one more event, the Pan Ams. I just want to talk about it. Then Ken, I want to get into your career and stuff too, man. Like I've been waiting just to talk about that. So the Power Open at the Pan American Internationals, it's Friday. This time my dad couldn't. My dad had to make some adjustments with the air with the room. You know how things are crazy now with venues. So we had to change. He gave me the date for Friday for breaking, which there's pros and cons there, but we got some money, prize money for the men and women. It's also an ISK event where if you win, you get invited for Thursday as well. And I have the registration's gonna be up soon. When I'm gonna have it where it's only a hunt to pros and cons, right? To offset the being on a Friday a little bit. $100 for all four divisions, right? That we have, and we're just doing the four championship divisions as well. It's only gonna be for black belt adults, men and women, and I put the divisions for women too that the men have for the championship kind of. They got power arm wood and we got power arm concrete, and then they're gonna be doing the three directional, the sidekick boards and creative. So it's gonna be kind of like a cool whoever competes in it, kind of almost like a show atmosphere, where it's just about them and the black belts and pretty much the pros pretty much going for it. So registration will be up soon there. Thanks to Female Fighters Matter too for the sponsorship. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be a great event. So yeah, all right. Talk about that one a little bit, and then um, take out the things. Hey man, so man, Ken, wow man, so you've had your school for a long time, right? For how long? How long have you been open for now?
Well, I've been my school's been open since 2008. I've been training since 2002, and mainly what I do at the moment, I
2002.
do have a martial arts program in school, but I run an after school program for inner city kids. We pick them up. They get their homework done. They actually get martial arts, dance class, and other activities that they might not normally get a chance to do. So that's really my life's work. I've been doing that since 1999. And, it kind of actually helped me get into martial arts because I originally worked for a park and recreation department in Springfield, Mass. And I was in charge of developing new programs. They had 11 gyms open, and all they did was play basketball. So a lot of our programs were grant funded, and you needed to, prove the attendance to get your money. And when we brought in martial arts, it was by far almost 100% attendance rate for a free program for inner city kids is actually kind of unheard of. And we ran 4 classes, 30 kids each, full attendance, had a graduation. And I think to touch on what Larry said, when you see some of the special needs breakers and they break that first board and the confidence that they gain, and there's kind of an aha moment. And I saw 120 of those aha moments. You saw kids standing at attention and their parents looking kind of amazed that their kid's not moving. You see a kid doing things that they didn't know they could do. They go to break a board and it's like the look on their face and the excitement, sometimes the surprise, and then the admiration and how proud the parents are to see that. It gives me goosebumps right now because that's really what kind of got me into martial arts was the outcomes and the immediate kind of change in some kids is their behavior, their attitude. And then really with martial arts, you're trying to get that to take them, to take home with them everywhere that they go. So we had a lot of contact with the parents. How was their behavior at home? We noticed grades going up. We noticed better behavior at home, better behavior in school, sometimes big turnarounds. And, I attributed a lot of that to martial arts training and just having, I wasn't the instructor. I wasn't even in martial arts. I was just working with the Park and Rec. And then about a year later, I decided to switch careers and I actually joined the master that was teaching those classes. And I've been doing this ever since. I've run after school programs and I teach, in the afternoons, so that's been a big push. I've tried to do a little bit more on the administrative side to kind of help breaking out and push it and kind of be an advocate. I actually been involved this year with the U.S. martial arts team, which was amazing. Yeah. And we went to Norway to compete in Oslo. When you talk about bringing breaking on the world stage, that's really the next big event. They have forms, they have weapons, they have sparring. But when we went over there, it's just nice to see international competitors and really put breaking in a spotlight. Sifu Keith Fanning's over in Europe. He's the European breaking director. He's amazing. We have Jen Marsham. She's a ISKA breaking director in Australia. So there's a lot of, organizations that are coming together. And one of the cool things this year, I'm actually going to be soon, hopefully, a head coach for the U.S. martial arts team in Massachusetts. And at your IMAF event or the IMAF event this year, they're going to be doing the state games for the the U.S. martial arts team. So IMAF on Saturday is going to be the breaking portion. And actually on Sunday, they're going to have the forms, weapons, and sparring division. So, those type of events for me are really, what kind of pushes me to do better and gives me a lot of fuel for the fire. So that's kind of how I started getting into it. Financially, it's been beneficial for me and my family and doing the after school program. And luckily, I don't have to worry about making money for my martial arts program. So there's a lot of really kind of black belt factories, I guess you could say, out there where they're doing it for money and they're doing it to feed their family. Where for me, I'm doing it for my legacy and my life's work and passion. So I feel like that is able to, kind of let me give a little bit different type of experience, to my students. So yeah, this is what I do. I think about it every single day. I probably, think about breaking 4 or 5 hours a day. Literally everything I do in my training is kind of revolved around that. And it's given me just a platform to, really express myself as far as, in athletics and, to give me something to train for. And, I'm not trying to hit that downslide on the other side of the mountain. I would like to keep going like some of, the other guys out there. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's been great. And I like to give back. I like to see the kids grow. A lot of these kids don't have, their dads around a lot of the time, single parent families, a lot of foster kids, and kids that really need somebody to kind of give them a hug and say hello and support them. So I love what I do. I don't feel like I work hardly at all.
Yeah.
Every day I go to work, it's a blessing. So yeah, it's been great, and I really appreciate you having me on too to kind of talk about it and highlight some of the good work that everybody's been doing. And for you especially too, just the promotion that you've been doing and really trying to kind of merge a lot of the point fighting events, because there's a ton of them. I mean, you guys are huge, and I haven't been totally involved with point fighting that much either. But now kind of coming together and really pushing breaking has been awesome. So I just want to say thank you to that too for
cool.
Really putting it more on the map.
Yeah, man, awesome, man. So that's cool. So how old were you when you said, okay? So it first started with a program in the area, right? And then that's what, and then you saw them break, and then that's when you got into breaking yourself in martial arts. Or you already doing martial arts before?
No, I wasn't doing martial arts. I got into it. I did a lot of Korean events, actually for USA Taekwondo, went all the way up to national championships. I was fortunate enough to win 3 USA Taekwondo national championship medals myself.
Wow.
2 of them were in breaking. And I actually, with a couple of the other kind of head guys in the organization, after meeting with USBA, helped to kind of write some of their rule book and align with USBA because they didn't really have a ton of rules in place. So, being that in martial arts and Taekwondo, you have, forms, weapons, sparring, and then breaking was a little bit smaller aspect of it. But I just fell in love with it. I mean, it gave me an outlet. For me, really, it's a stress relief. It's, everything that goes into life. Sometimes I store it up and I don't know how to, to get it out. I've tried a lot of wrong ways to get it out and they didn't work out. So, then I found a really good way to kind of release that stress. And, after I break, honest to God, it's like therapy. I mean, I let so much out. And that's one of the things on stage is, if people kind of see me jumping all over and screaming and yelling, and it's not planned, it's not something I'm doing on purpose as a show. It's just such a release from training hard and really holding everything in and letting it out at the right time and not at the wrong time on the wrong people or the wrong thing. So that's been really helpful. And it's been pushing me literally every day to get better. And, the training and the health and the eating and the supplements are all a part of it. And I notice when one of those things falls off, my breaking falls off, and I don't want that to happen. So, it's been pushing me since I started, and it's been 25 great years, and I'm looking for another 25 more, hopefully.
25 years, man. Awesome, man. Wow, man, between both of you guys have so much knowledge and experience, and just, it's awesome. I'm learning just from talking to you guys right now. That's awesome, because I'm there right now. I'm at the beginning of that stage, where breaking has changed my life, 100%. And like you said, I let it out. Like when I'm standing there and right before I'm breaking, and I'm just like, it's letting it out. It's letting something out. And, I would have to tell you, man, like I had a big depression problem. It would just come over like a cloud 7 or 8 times a year. And like now, last year, I think it happened twice and like very brief. Right. And I knew how to handle it even better. Right. And it's like, and it's all, I think, because of breaking, man. Like it has to be. It's like something that it's something inside of you that you let out. That for me, that is amazing. That ever since I found it's like therapy almost for me as well, so it's like, and I just love it. I just love every part of breaking. The the competition, the camaraderie that you make with the competitors, you against the materials, progression, right? The evolution of your body, right? The technique, the power, my freaking arms are, how they're just developing into like weapons for real. Like, it's like, I love the whole process of this. And I get up and I think about, like hearing you say, you think about breaking 4 or 5 hours a day, man, that probably goes for you too, Larry, right? And that's how I feel. Like for me, it's just like, man, I want to keep getting better. And it's changed my life. I was like 260 something. I'm down. I still got to lose weight, by the way, still. I'm not there yet, but I'm like, I'm at like 245-ish. And it's all really because of breaking. It's helping my life, my health, more confidence in me that my wife sees, and it goes into my family. So it's just like into my teaching. And I just love how really breaking has really changed my life for sure, man. It's awesome. And I know, Larry, it changed your life too as well. Right? I know I've heard that story before a few times where, where it helped you with your life and your anger, right? Your anger issues from your little.
Yeah, I had bad anger problem because of my dad. He left when I was 5, and if it wasn't for breaking and football and some good coaches and some real good instructor, I'd probably be in prison right now instead of being able to do this. It's like Ken was saying, and you too. When you break, you let it all out. You feel so much better afterwards. My wife says, "You need to go break today. You need to be." I love my wife and I'm nice to her, but you can tell when I got that right here. And then after you break, you just let it all out. And I see both of y'all smiling, so y'all know exactly what I'm talking
Yeah, man.
about.
Yeah, man. It's true. My wife has told me that. Go break. Go. That's hilarious that you said that, man. That's crazy. Yeah, no, it's awesome. And one thing that I've been thinking about with breaking too for the future, man, it would be so cool. Yeah, it's such a great sport, and like I always like for me to I always have tried to like get our sport in my brain to get even higher, right? Try to take it to the next level. And a big thing with sports, and I've thought about this for point fighting, for forms, and for breaking now too. Like it will be, but it's really hard to do. But maybe for breaking it could be easier. But imagine like having stats, right? Like I don't know. Do you guys keep stats of how much you break in materials and stuff like that? Like imagine if you could in the future with technology, right, where you have the stats input into a system where you could see like your percentage, like this past weekend I 60 materials, I broke 55, I got 91% break rate. You know what I'm saying? I think that could be something that we could put into the sport, inject it in there with the stats, right, more, and put it out there where people could see it, right? It will be cool, so that's one thing that I could think for the future of breaking, to get it even bigger and better, right? So those are, I'm sure you guys are always thinking about ways to make it better, like Ken with the special needs inclusiveness and like how you're doing with your tournament, and Larry, you expanding your everywhere, all over the country. So like these are cool things that are happening and with the sport that could get it better. Do you guys like the stat thing? You guys like that?
Larry's actually working on a project right now with ISKA. He could tell you a little bit about, but it's a big deal. I'm pretty excited about it.
So what it's going to be is it's going to be
Pieces.
all going to have all of the past tournaments for ISKA. My wife is actually working on that right now with Chris Lee, putting those stats all together. But I like your idea of how many bricks and how many boards we break over our career, up to that point. That's a great idea. And
Yeah,
I'm we can't do something with that also, because there's so many times, we'll go to some little tournament and I'll break 12, 13 bricks and not think anything about it, and then go to another one and do the same thing. That's one reason why I am a decent breaker, is because all these other events that I get to go to, that competition, I've always got my eye on the next tournament, which is usually for me the US Open. But last year I got to go to so many tournaments, it helped me prepare for the US Open.
yeah,
So having that record like that, that's a great idea.
yeah,
But the
man. Stats.
IPA is going to be all the past. We were trying to get every single one and make a website where people can go and look and say, hey, look, Chip Townsend won this year. Hey, um, John Doyle won this year. Ronnie Sullivan won this year. Stuff like that, to where it's better, to where we can actually honor some of these guys that
Yeah.
in the past, that the Humphreys, they were some good breakers. But we need to have a stat where we can go back and look at it.
Yeah, it can
Uh,
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen for sure. And you're already on it. Like I thought about this, and then you're already on it. Like everything. I always bring up ideas, and Larry's like, "Yeah, I did that in 1998." So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool, man. Awesome, man. Wow. Hey, we're already at the hour mark. It's been a great show. I gotta get going, and it's been a great show. I could keep talking to you guys for another hour. I think for sure. It's been awesome to have you guys both. Ken, thanks for jumping on aboard with us this time. Today was an awesome show. So yeah, any last words you want to say, Larry, or Ken? Anything to close
I
the
just
show?
I just want to say, bang bang, baby, let's go.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I just want to touch on one thing that both of you said, and that's the culture and the brotherhood of breaking. I think is one of the most important aspects of what we do. There to support each other. I got to just say one thing. I got Sammy Donovan coming up in the
Yes.
special needs division. She's going to be doing a IBF world record up on stage. She's going for the most boards broken with a hammer fist in a seated position in the para division. And, she was down at the U.S. Open last year. And, she just, I mean, there was not a dry eye in the place. She got up out of her walker, out of her chair. She broke. And just so many people really saw her shine that day that, to me, that's what this is all about, is just sharing those experiences with as many people as possible. And then for, the senior breakers and the people that have been around a while, really giving back and helping people in spite of competition, in spite of, any past, competitive, kind of energy between teams or whatever, So to me, that's just how I like to end it is, unity in the sport and really bringing everybody together and making this a family event so that everybody can, compete and thrive and do their best and have an outlet. So I think it's really important. And I appreciate both of you guys, especially Larry, for, having somebody to look up to and really has mentored me and kind of took me aside and tried to help me with some things. And you, Alex, just getting to know you over the last couple of years and see your passion and, see how the style that you have kind of integrates well into what we do, and really that you're not afraid to do your own thing and be your own person. And all the negative comments online, we always get those. Breaking's fake, break the last brick. Take out the spacers, all that. But when you can be yourself and still thrive and be accepted, that's all anybody can want. I just appreciate being part of the community, and I feel very fortunate and lucky to be here.
Yeah, man. Thank you so much, man. Awesome. I'm amazed. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm humble. Thank you. Hey guys. All right. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you guys soon. Have a great day. Take care, everybody. Work hard, never give up. Believe yourself. Always be positive. Power, baby. Woo. Yes. Awesome. Hey man, that was awesome. That was a freaking awesome show.